Good morning. Chris from Channel X here. Delighted to welcome the founder and CEO of NTZNS to Channel X TV, where we're going to be discussing the metaverse today with a particular focus on fashion. So, welcome. Who are you and what do netizens do? Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, thank you, Chris, that you have me on your podcast, and I really appreciate. Who am I? I'm Costantino Roselli. I'm the founder and CEO of NTZNS, which is the leading creative studio and marketplace. We have a community, a huge community with more than 3,500 designers, and also and a bigger impact with more than 100,000 people around our marketplace. We collaborate with biggest brands in the metaverse, and we want to deliver the true metaverse in the next few years, so to have a great impact on that. And this is about netizens. So my background is on computer science and marketing, and I was working in a big corporate until 2013, when I jumped out and I started working as a freelancer in a space of digital branding and fashion. And I collaborated with Milan Fashion Week and many known brands until I founded my own business in 2016, and I jumped to Metaverse in 2018, wanting to change the future, blending technology, emotions, and giving the people the opportunity to build a sustainable, profitable business. And among other things, the LinkedIn ranked me as 1% in the industry and my field. I was nominated as the faster non-fiction, best-selling author in 2017, and that's it.
Yeah, so this is really, really interesting. So, first of all, I've got two questions for you. Just define the metaverse a little bit more, because I know a lot of people think it's just something for gaming at the moment. But also, you've said you've got a marketplace in the metaverse. Now, most of our subscribers already are involved with marketplaces, like virtual marketplaces on the internet, Amazon and eBay to name two of the big ones in Europe. But a marketplace on the metaverse, that's something really new. So can you just tell us, what is the metaverse today? Where have we got to? And how does a marketplace on the metaverse work?
Okay. The metaverse for me is a cultural shift. It's not about a tool or a gaming. And of course, people are very confused about this. It's very confused about this because the people, they see what brands do today about the metaverse, and other platforms that they want to call them metaverse, they just deliver gaming appearance, and the way that you working on that is completely nonsense. So the people, they don't see any value, they don't understand what metaverse is. But the metaverse actually is a cultural shift, is a revolution. If you want to compare the metaverse with something, then you have to compare it with industrial revolution. So in that way, we're moving from industrial era to the metaversial era, and there netizens arrived, which is the netizens are the citizens of the internet, the citizens that they build networks, the individuals that they are valuable nodes in the huge network, human network. So from industrial lifestyle, we go to the netizens lifestyle, from citizens to netizens. So the citizens are the product of industrial era because we build our lives around the factory. In the metaverse, we don't have the factory. The factory is in our backpack. So it's about the value that as individuals we have and we give to the networks that we build around the world. And in that way, we build a society and a world that is completely borderless, genderless, with no limitations, and we can do whatever we want. And the most important is that Metaverse is eliminate time, because we can be everywhere and we can do anything that we want without to build our lives in terms of let's have time to do something. I mean, and I give you an example that links us also to the marketplace. Today, in industrial way, someone that we study fashion, when a fashion designer arrives from university, it needs 10 to 15 years in order to take job. And not to take job, sorry, to establish and to find their career and to define their career. So for those that they start working, in 15 years, they reach 1% only the ideal work that they dream when they were in the university. The majority will be around. That means stylists, no creative directors, or journalists, or anything in this area. And the rest of them, they will give up. They will do something that has nothing to do with fashion. In the metaverse, and what we do actually, we can give you in the first year the ability to have a sustainable, profitable business with 300,000 community, means fans and customers that they buy from you, and you can choose whatever you want. Just for 1 year, you will be the creative director and the CEO of your own business, be a valuable node in the network. How we do that and link it to the marketplace is that we, as netizens, we have a marketplace feeding clothes and garments and accessories and styles in Zepeto. Zepeto is a marketplace by itself. It's an application, Korean application, that right now they have 320 million avatars, and they spent in 2022 more than 3.1 billions in garments only, fashion, because there is only fashion, nothing else.
So let me just stop you there. Did you say 3.1 billion on virtual fashion in the metaverse?
Yes.
So this is big opportunity. There's a lot of money floating around to be tapped into. So you've talked a little bit about people coming out of fashion college that are just qualified, having an opportunity to put their first collection out there, which they'd never be able to do. They'd end up working for someone in the physical world. But let's go straight into, I want to ask you about two different types of fashion house. One is, how will this work for the premium brands? And secondly, what is the opportunity for the fast fashion brands? So let's talk about premium brands first. What's the attraction from a premium brand? And what's the business case financially for them getting involved?
Premium brands wants to connect with the new generations. The new generations doesn't understand the premium and the luxury, let's say, as we had it in the past. So the luxury brands of the past, the premium brands, defined in themselves based on quality, based on exclusivity, and based off of the status that they create around the brand, which is the most important in order to define that I'm premium, because celebrities, they used to wear what the premium brands produce, the red carpet, the movies, and everything. Today, something changed in the new generation. Today, the new generation doesn't doesn't pay attention to exclusivity and doesn't pay attention to the status around those areas, because today they can deliver by themselves whatever they want to deliver, because technology allows them to be wherever they want to be, to create what they want to create. So they don't wait. Actually, a huge organization arrive with something to define what they have to wear or what they have to do. They build their own, they co-create, they collaborate, they feel more, they want to feel more the experience around that. So in that way, they seek for sustainable more than a luxury thing. So what is the new, let's say, premium status or luxury status? To be sustainable, to be inclusive, and to have diversity. If you have those three things, then you are premium. So Gucci, for example, inside of Zepeto, you can buy the whole collection of Gucci with 67 euro. So that means that luxury status as we knew it is end. The people doesn't go to buy Gucci because it costs a lot, and they put them in a premium, elite style, but the new elite are just young people that they can understand how to connect each other and have a different purpose in their life. Cosplay, for example. We don't wait Marvel to come out with heroes in order to allow us to create our costumes and play cosplay in Asia. But what we do, we are just build our own avatar, our own hero, using the technology that we can use, and we create a whole persona, a digital persona, which is interact with other personas, and we try to be to create our own premium brand, because the brand is not anymore just the clothes that define us, but it's a whole of lot of pieces of the puzzle, which means the avatar, the digital skin, the environment of it, the personality, what values I carry with me, why to connect with me. Because when we speak about a node in a network, we speak about a brand that carries a lot of values and connect a lot of people around it. It's like we saw that in Web2 with Instagram, all those influencers, the rise of creators. Why we follow people that actually they don't do something, let's say that celebrities, they are not define themselves like job titles like I'm an actor, I played this play, or I had this expertise skill, photography or something like that. But what I'm actually, I'm a digital creator. I give you an illusion of a world that is so pretty like an art, and then you want to be in there. So this is the future of the premium brand. So if the premium brands wants to jump in, and we have the examples of Louis Vuitton, they started early in 2016, starting to dissolve their brand in different way. And then in 2018 or 19 that they jump on League of Legends, try to influence inside of games, because they understand 50 billion spent in only in fashion, in skins, in game only. They spent all those gamers around the world in 2021. And the premium brands need to go there because they can say, I know how to build something that is so quality and gives you not only a skin to do it, but the whole elite status inside of a game, no matter if you pay small. Because then we have the physical place, because if we build something that is very trend inside, in the physical life, I can sell it in the high prices. So a t-shirt with a League of Legends for Louis Vuitton cost more than €1,000. Voila. For the fast fashion, yeah. Do you want me to answer also for the fast fashion?
It's very much in the metaverse. You can build your persona, and brands can give you the opportunity to become invested in their brand at a very affordable price. Like I think you said €67 for Gucci. I don't know what Louis Vuitton was. And then once you become emotionally attached to that brand in the metaverse, then you've got the incentive to go out and invest in the physical goods in their retail stores.
Yes, exactly.
So moving on to the fast fashion brands, because obviously they have huge cult followings, but their clothing is substantially lower priced to start with in the real world. What's their big advantage in the metaverse? How do they operate differently to the premium brands?
Okay, with the fast fashion, we have to first of all analyze what fast fashion means and how we get there. When we do this analysis, we recognize the limitation that the physical world has, and the endless opportunities that we have in digital way, in the virtual way, in the metaverse. For example, fast fashion means that I have 52 different weeks, and so that means that 52 different collections, but I cannot have more. So if I reach that level, and if, let's say that we can afford with the physical resources and not impacting the environment, and we can have a social justice, not underpaid people and everything was really ideally, then we will reach 52 weeks of collections, no more. What we can do then, even if we go with the superpowers to have one collection per day, but this is not gonna happen. And even if we have the 52 collections, then we have a problem because we don't have so much this an overproduction, because not all the people can assume or consume all those collections. So this is, when we have avatars, this is what we have to understand in digital life, is that our customer is not me and you, is our avatar. And our avatar is not only one, are plenty. I have more than 17 avatars right now, maybe more, I don't remember. Um, uh, but every avatar has its own life in there, and doesn't have demographics, doesn't have age, but have needs and desires. And in the Peto, for example, I can, because the cost of buying a garment is so small, I can buy daily more than 2 or 3 to each avatar. So all marketeers, all the fast fashion should understand who is the customer, the avatar, not the person, and how they recognize what they want, not based on the physical ways that they do it, but in digital ways. And if they do that, then they will create a new business completely digital without any physical resource to create fast fashion. So that means that they have to stop what they're doing right now and moving digital, because the opportunities, the profitability, the business, and the creativity, and of course, under as a foundation, the sustainability, environment, and finance, and social, together, they can build amazing business and creativity too.
And when you talk about your avatar buying several garments a day, and it being very affordable, what sort of price point are we talking about?
Some of them are free, and some of them are. This is going to the business model. You go inside on the game. The game business model. You have to adapt this game business model as we did it. Most of the metaverse platforms that are around there, they do a very big mistake. They started to replicate what we have in the current physical life as finance models or business models and everything, and they built a world that is completely a replica of a physical world in digital way. That was a very, very big mistake, because this is not the metaverse, because this is a limited metaverse. And the people confused, they say, why to go there and to replicate myself at the time that I have already myself here? So what is the difference? And the difference lies on the imagination and the digital unlimited powers. So if Superman was like me, I wouldn't see Superman as stand out or something different. So this is the same way. So we have to adopt the game business model, which means that when you enter in the metaverse, it's completely free. When you want to do something, it's completely free. Not only free, but I reward you also. I will give the coins to do things. Every time that you do something, I will give you things for free because I can do it. What I charge you is the commissions, is the trades, or if you want to be more active. And I charge only those that they really want to create things, not the people that they are around and they watch us in as a jar, let's say. So in this way, you can have a lot of styles for free, and the maximum can be let's say like 40 euros. You can buy a garment or an accessory for 40 euros, plus you have the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, which indicate in the blockchain environment, indicate the ownership that you are unique what you have. And if this NFT is semi-NFT, as I said, which means that is a lot of these, there are 100 of them or 1,000 of them, that means the price is smaller. But if you have only one piece, 10 of them, the rarity of that makes it luxury. And that means that you have to pay a lot, from 100,000 to 30 million, sorry, I don't know. I'm sure that you already aware about some craziness of selling there. Even as a brand, Tiffany, for example, they did a lot of sellings of 100,000 of a medallion or something like that. But that is the rarity thing, and there exists there just to give us the opportunity to do things that can be like that. But it's not the something. This is not the habit inside. You can sell something with 100 euro, you can sell something with 50 euro, but you have to follow the whole new way of working. It's not about to make money from the very beginning, but to build something value, and the people will follow.
So I've just got one last question, and possibly the most important question of all, which is for those brands and retailers that are already operating in the metaverse, what does it do for them from a revenue perspective? And I'm talking, if you take that 100% of their physical business, how much of that revenue from the metaverse does that now equate to?
Okay, I used to answer on that by saying a lot of examples about when the Industrial Revolution started, when the first person that creates the fax, to whom they fax for. And because there we are right now, it's like we create a car, but we don't have licenses, we don't have traffic lights or streets to do. So we are in the moment right now, after the big hype that happened in 2022, that a lot of big brands like Apple, Nvidia, or Epic Games, they already right now started to create alliances and to create the standards. And they put, let's say, that right now that we see the car that is coming, let's build right now the opportunities and the standards and everything. So we are in the fascinated times, and we cannot judge about the revenues right now. This is a very big mistake, and this mistake coming because of course, we need money in order to do that. We are, as netizens, we need money to do that. So what we do actually, we go to venture capitals or business angels, and those people, they need to take money in 2 years, as they in 1 or 2 years. But this is happening when you operate in standard business models. Right now, we change the future, we change everything. This is what we have to realize. We move humanity in the next level. We evolve on building something new. That will take years. I mean, you don't have so much revenues right now. We build right now. You are like a farmer. You put the seeds on the ground, and this is take risks. And of course, it will be in a high risk. But whoever starts now is the one that will be in the top 10 in 3 to 5 years from today. If you want me to give you a number, I mean, in 2030, which is the limit that the milestone that I put in my company, I believe that in 2030 everything will flips. Of course, you will have some revenues, but it's not this is that you will have to have in your mind. I mean, Tiffany's make a lot of money, Louis Vuitton make a lot of money with going digital, but it's not stable. I mean, you cannot build a recurring revenues right now. You need to do it with the standards and to convince people to go there. But if you see the signs, like Apple, for example, they unveil the Vision Pro. A new era is coming to the market. And of course, if because Apple did it, believe me, it will be massive. And what I see there, even if it's not the perfect one or whatever, I see that this is an education to people. So it will take us 5 years to educate people to understand what metaverse is, to understand that they have to move from the industrial lifestyle to metaversial lifestyle, or call it whenever you want to call it. It's just a name. And to understand that it's time to change, because if we don't do it, then we crash the wall because of climate change, because of recession, because of the pandemic, because of a lot of things that indicates to us that we need to change. We need something different if we want to keep having our life, our standards. We need to evolve on something different. The evolution of human beings from Homo erectus to Homo sapiens, it didn't happen like this because of nature. It happened because we force it to happen. So this is today is the day that we force things to happen and to evolve us. AI is not coming to take your job. It came here because you asked for it to make your job better. But something went wrong from the time that we asked to something that makes us our life better. and the education at the same time. When this is come, we have the ability and we invent this tool, we should be educated. And if we learn history, you see that happening all the time. Okay, so when we invent something new, the educational system couldn't make it to build that balance, and people lost their jobs, lost their lives, and lost everything.
So I think it's been a fantastic, fascinating talk, and 3.1 billion being spent already on in the metaverse on fashion. But as you say, the real opportunity is possibly is just a few years away, in 5 years maybe. But it's time to jump in now and be established if you want to be one of the top 10 fashion houses in the metaverse in the future. So I want to thank you so much for your time today, Costantino. It's been absolutely fascinating and love to speak again sometime. Thank you.
Thank you very much.